Will the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, Africa's biggest hydroelectric project, bring light and prosperity, or will it spark conflict in the Nile region? Let's break it down.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, also known as GERD, and whether its full completion will create pressure on Sudan and Egypt. This is one of the most important water and political issues in Africa today, so let's get into it.
The GERD is a massive hydroelectric dam built by Ethiopia on the Blue Nile, close to the Sudanese border. Once fully operational, it will generate over 5,000 megawatts of electricity, making Ethiopia the power hub of East Africa. For Ethiopia, this is a dream project: more electricity, more jobs, and more influence. But for its downstream neighbors, Sudan and Egypt, the story looks very different. Egypt depends on the Nile for about 90% of its fresh water. For decades, Egypt has seen itself as the main guardian of the river. The fear is that Ethiopia, by controlling such a huge dam, could reduce the flow of water reaching Egypt. Even though Ethiopia says the dam is mainly for power generation and not irrigation, Egypt worries about two things. 1. Water shortages during drought years. 2. National security risks if Ethiopia ever decides to use water as political leverage. So for Egypt, GERD feels like a direct threat to survival. Sudan's situation is more complicated. On one hand, Sudan could actually benefit from the dam. The GERD can reduce flooding, regulate the Nile's flow, and provide cheaper electricity imports. But on the other hand, Sudan worries about dam safety. If anything were to go wrong, like structural damage or sudden water release, Sudan would be the first country hit. So, while Sudan sees opportunities, it also shares Egypt's concerns about water security and long-term risks. Ethiopia argues strongly that the GERD will not harm its neighbors. They say the dam doesn't consume water, it just stores and releases it. Over time, they claim, both Sudan and Egypt will benefit from a more stable Nile. From Ethiopia's perspective, it's about fairness. For decades, old colonial treaties gave Egypt and Sudan more control over the Nile, while Ethiopia, where most of the water originates, had little say. The GERD is Ethiopia's way of reclaiming its rights. The dam is already partially filled and generating electricity. Ethiopia says construction is almost complete. Negotiations between Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt have been going on for years, but no final binding agreement has been reached. So the question remains: will the GERD become a symbol of regional cooperation, or a source of endless tension? To answer the big question, yes, the completion of GERD will definitely have an impact on Sudan and Egypt. The scale of that impact depends on how much trust, negotiation, and cooperation the three countries can build. If they work together, the Nile could unite them. If not, the river could become a source of conflict.
What do you think? Should Egypt and Sudan trust Ethiopia's promises or prepare for tough times ahead? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more global insights. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.